Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis of gold and silver. We're going to jump in, dollar, 10-year yield, and so on. Again, it's just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. I'll give you my opinion, and we're about to dive in right now. So let's do this. We got the dollar behind me, the DXY. We're coming up to some resistance. That's what this wick is at the top. I've been drawing all my lines basically very well, as it's almost as if these things approach the resistance areas, they are acting as resistance. So it is a valid resistance line by just looking at the charts, looking at the candlestick patterns, and seeing the big wicks at the top where there's some sellers up there. Looking at the 10-year yield, we continue to run higher, up 2.3% today. Taking a step back, this is definitely launching higher. With the inflation comes higher interest rates. People are leaving bonds. They're leaving bonds and they're going to enter precious metals in copious amounts. Let me say that again. They're going to leave bonds. They're going to leave stocks even. And they're going to come and enter precious metals and commodities in copious amounts. Here's commodity just to show you. Commodities are heading higher here. They're looking good. Looking at gold. Gold heading higher today, 13.3%. Looking fantastic for a move potentially higher here. You could even throw in a little maybe downtrend line here that's breaking to the upside. Silver, another one that's also extending its upward momentum a little bit. Hopefully that momentum can continue. And we used the 2450-ish area as a support level. Platinum turning around. I would be a buyer of physical platinum down here myself. I did buy a couple of ounces. I didn't do it here, but I did it on this down day here. I did buy some. I'll show you when it comes in. I'll show you what I got, and it's looking good. XAU to gold ratio continues to, so we broke out, we did a retest, and now we're bouncing higher. This looks very good for a move higher if you're in precious metals stocks. That means that at any time in history, guys, I'm calling it right here, any time in history, this would be the best time to buy gold and silver stocks at this time. Now, does it mean that gold and silver will outperform other commodities? It may not. But this is, if you're going to do it, this would be the best time in history to be buying these, because what we're seeing is we're seeing the XAU, which is the gold and silver companies and mining companies, about to outperform gold right now. But that doesn't mean that uranium won't beat it. Uranium might dust this thing. So I'm just making that comment, but this is the best time that I've seen in history to invest in these types of companies. Karora Resources looks like it's obviously breaking higher. This is on a monthly candlestick basis. If you've been on the channel, we've been talking about it back in this vicinity. This is rocketing higher. You can see it start to move. That looks good. EXK, one of my favorite silver companies. Again, remember what I've been saying. I like to buy it off the retest, this kind of retest move. It's starting to move higher. So everything looks really good for a move higher on EXK. This would be one of my top companies. FSM is another one that I purchased down here. I did add a little bit. You can see it in the donations portfolio. That's where I've been adding some of this. And it's starting to move higher. We're sitting on top of a falling wedge pattern or declining wedge pattern. SILJ looking good. It's broken out of its pattern, about to move higher at any second. GDX going to move higher. This all looks absolutely fantastic for a move higher. MMNGF, another one that's a laggard because it's a small exploration silver company. This will eventually turn and move higher. Koya Resources, again, this thing is putting in almost a double type bottom, perhaps, and then a move higher eventually. Discovery Silver, still in a downtrend, but again, I'm looking at the lows. The lows here are starting to squeeze up. So we could see a break higher in this in any second. This is one of my favorite silver exploration plays. AG moving higher. Another one that's broken the downtrend, starting to move higher, looks fantastic. Newmont's already broken its big pattern. It's on a run to the upside. This is our leader. This is what's coming for the rest of the sector. Mag Silver, another one that is inside its pattern, starting to move higher again. AUY, this guy's been on a tear, moving on up after it's broken its falling wedge pattern. And that's what we want to see. We want to see companies that are still sitting in here. Those are the ones that make me interested. AAGFF is still moving sideways. This thing is a small silver play, so this might be one to start looking at. Arcana Silver, again, we're getting close to that line I drew down here. You get down to this line, guys, maybe we'll tap it. That's the time to get it if you want to get it. PLG, again, this is sitting on a falling wedge. It's sitting here. It's good time, in my opinion, to be looking at it. Simini Stillwater popping higher today. I don't have too much interest in this one. I know a lot of other people may have interest in it, but this thing's had a monster move off this bottom here. $2 to $20, a 10 bagger already. But you know what? This could be a big pattern that could break. It could be a pattern within a pattern. So looking at Sandstorm Gold, another one that I liked right here again, and now it's starting to move higher. This thing's starting to get some legs underneath it. Franco Nevada, this guy is sitting on top of its pattern here. That's where I like to buy. That one looks fantastic. EMX Royalty is another one that looks good, like it wants to turn around. It's still, again, a smaller royalty company. It's going to lag behind the others. Same with Tootin. It's going to lag behind the others, and then it's going to do a bunch of catch-up. It's going to rocket higher at some point. Wheaton Precious Metals breaking through its resistance area, looking fantastic for a move higher. Gold Royalty Company getting a little bit down here, a little bit of a pullback. Metallo Royalty, again, this is a good spot to be looking at it if you want Metallo Royalty. MMX, another one that's sitting on top of its pattern. I like it right there, right where it's at. Royal Gold moving higher, looking good. A Cisco Gold Royalty, again, it did a back test. That's where I would have bought. And then we're moving higher. I bought that in the donations portfolio. And then Altius Minerals. I know this isn't a precious metals company. Just relax. It's doing good. But that's what I've got for today, guys. That's the gold and silver. The thing that gets me the most on all these, if I were looking at this and I was going to deploy money, if I wanted a large position and I didn't want all the risk, Wheaton Precious Metals, Franco Nevada. Done. Sandstorm Gold's another one that looks really good. Cisco Gold Royalty, if you want a little bit smaller one with a little bit more risk, then grab that one. If you're looking for silver companies, EXK, AG, FSM, those look really good. Even maybe a Mag Silver. But those first, oh man, those first three are the ones that I would get if I'm looking for silver companies. Looking at gold companies, man, I wouldn't do Yamana Gold. That thing's already had a pretty good run. I would probably go with maybe like GDX, just do a GDX or GDXJ for an ETF. I've kind of shied away from a lot of the junior companies, but maybe I should start looking at some of these junior companies as they might be looking better and better because they usually lag the sector. So we're looking at the big boys. These are the leaders. These are the ones that are coming in to move higher. The next category that you want to look at is your junior mining companies. Now, maybe I'll do a post perhaps on the website on some of the juniors. Again, I am not an expert in the junior companies. I'm really not. But I can read charts quite well. So I think that's where our advantage would lie with the juniors. So if you guys have good juniors and you want to become part of the website, maybe I'll hold something like on a weekend or something like that where we can look and we can start looking at some of these junior companies together and say, hey, I can start charting them out and you guys can say, hey, look at this company here or look at that company. And I can chart it out and give you my opinion on it. But I am holding a meeting tomorrow for the website. That is in the description below. Click the welcome to see. I would be the platinum member. That includes the question and answer session. It's at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to meet. There's probably going to be a lot of uranium questions because uranium's been going quite ridiculous. Gold and silver looks like it's going to take off. I'm a big physical platinum guy. I'm going to be buying physical platinum. I'm sorry, but that's the opportunity. With palladium in the shortages that it has, platinum will be the substitute. And we are going to build more and more catalytic converters in hybrid vehicles for third world countries. And there's going to be a large demand for platinum and palladium going forward. Very large in catalytic converters. Then we'll go to a hydrogen economy. That hydrogen economy will use platinum as its fuel cell membrane. So that's where I think the platinum demand is going to come from. You can't have this large distortion against platinum in terms of palladium because palladium usually, at least historically, has been, a third the price of platinum. But now it's 3 times the price of platinum. This is a huge disparity in history. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow exactly what I do. I follow the ratios, I follow the value, and I will be stockpiling my physical platinum just like I always have been. That's what I'm going to do. All right, guys. Have a good time. Have a good one. This is Finding Value.